Hey there YouTube, it's your boy Fairytale here with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle, you already know. So, let's get to the battle. So here I'm battling one of my good friends. And she leads off with her Politoed, which she calls AKA Jiraiya, because she's a Naruto fan. And she starts off with the little drizzle. And I'm leading off with my Zoroark, and I just go straight for the nasty plot. I don't know if she knows if it's a Zoroark yet, but I just go straight for the nasty plot. She goes for the Ice Beam, thinking I'm a dragon, I guess, because she doesn't know. But there you go. Who am I? Which is my Zoroark, or Zarook, whatever. And I go straight for the Dark Pulse because I'm like, it's stab, you know. Might as well. I don't carry anything else. She goes for the Scald. Scald's gonna hit, and it's gonna take me out because she already broke my Focus Sash. So who am I faint? And I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's cool. It's cool. My who am I is awesome. You already know. So she gets her little leftovers, and I'm like, see you later, Feraligatr. That's who I send out right now. You already know. So she switches out her Politoed, and I'm like, alright, that's fine with me. I'm guessing she doesn't know what my Feraligatr carries. Feraligatr's a beast. I love him. So I go for the Dragon Dance. And I get my little attack and speed boost. And then I go for the Superpower, because that should be a one-hit KO and super effective. So she gets hit, and she's like, oh yes, I think I'm going to survive. And she does. And I'm just like, oh, Feraligatr, you failed me. But it's fine, it's cool, it's cool. I get hit with the Iron Barbs, and I'm like, alright, that's fine, it's cool. So she goes for the Thunder Wave. It hits, and my Feraligatr's crippled. So I'm like, I don't know what to do now. So she gets her little leftover recovery, and I'm just like, So I just go for another Superpower, and I'm just like, yes, this is gonna KO, and then I can just, you know, get rid of this Ferrothorn, and then good game, because like Ferrothorn's a bitch, you know. It's like when it's used against you, everyone hates Ferrothorn, but when you're using it, no, you don't hate Ferrothorn. That's the thing. So I'm like, alright, that's cool. Get rid of Ferrothorn. She sends out Sage Mode because she's a Naruto fan. Jiraiya, you know, Jiraiya Sage Mode, Naruto Sage Mode. So she sends out Toxicroak. I'm just like, alright, that's fine. This is fine. So she goes for the Substitute, expecting my switch, because I couldn't really hit her with my Feraligatr. I didn't have anything to hit her. So she gets her recovery with Dry Skin and Black Sludge. So I'm like, alright, that's cool. She goes for the Sucker Punch, but it fails because I go for the Calm Mind. And I'm just like, alright, that's cool, that's cool. You going for the Calm Mind. You know? So she recovers some more with her Dry Skin, and she goes for the Swords Dance right now. And I guess she wants to set up a sweep on me, I'm guessing. So I'll go for a Calm Mind right here. And I'm just like, yep, I'm just going to keep Calm Minding, because I'm predicting a Sucker Punch one of these 2 or 3 times. So she goes for another Swords Dance. And pretty much we're just going to keep on going for stat boosts. If you haven't counted, that's what? That's +4 Sword Dance, right? I'm just saying, it's +4 Sword Dance. Just remember that. I'll just keep it counting. I'll keep it count. So I can increase my Calm Mind. Now it's +6 Swords Dance. You see that? +6 Toxicroak. I don't know if it's Adamant Nature. I don't know what nature this is, but I don't really care. So I go for a Psychic right here because I'm like, I want to break the sub at least. And I don't expect her to do anything. So she goes for another sub, I guess. Because I guess she was trying to stall me out of my PP for Psychic. Thinking that was my only move. I don't know what she was thinking. Probably though. So I just go for another Psychic just to break the sub again. And I know she probably thinks I'm going to go for the Psychic now. It's +6. Remember that. +6. And she goes for the Sucker Punch. But it fails again because I go for the Calm Mind. It's a +6. Just remember that. I'm just saying. +6. And I just go. We get our stat boosts. We get our little health increase. She goes for the Sucker Punch. +6, remember, +6. He has no stab. I don't know if it's adamant, jolly, or whatever nature, but it's a +6 physical attacker. And my crust takes it like a champ that she is. See that? Like a boss. Little ass Toxicrow. You ain't fucking with me, Toxicrow. Fuck you, Toxicrow. That's +6. Took that like a champ with 30 HP left. Fuck you mean? So she goes out to her Rotom Wash, going for the Volt Switch. Now look how much of a boss Crest is. Survives with 3! Survives with 3! Fucking boss right there. Whoever says Crest is not OU or Uber could suck my fucking balls. Gosh. Crest is such a beast. See that? Survive with 3 HP. 3! Fucking balls ass Pokemon. Shit. Fucking balls. I don't know what to say now. It took away all my energy. Well, it doesn't matter. So she goes up to her Politoed and she's like, yup. So I go for the Psychic because I'm like at +4 or 5. Does it really matter? Woo! She goes for the Toxic. I guess the Toxic stalled me out. So I'm just like, okay, it's cool, you know? Because Crest is a boss. Boss! Like a boss. Oh well. She goes for the Protect to stall me out, you know, Toxic stall me pretty much. So I'm just like, alright, that's fine, that's cool with me. You're gonna Toxic stall me. It's fine, I got the rest. I just gotta know when to use it so I can game you. No one ever thought there's ever gonna be a wall sweep. I like doing wall sweeps. I like wall Pokemon. So I go for the Psychic right here. And I'm just like, this should kill. Politoed, I understand you like hopping around and everything. But you ain't fucking with a motherfucking boss, nigga! Gosh. Now here comes Latios. And he's like, what? Nigga. You think you a boss? Draco Meteor. I make it rain out here. That's what Latios is saying to me. But I'm like, I'm a motherfucking boss, little ass nigga. So I go for the Ice Beam, and I forgot he's Toxic Star. He's trying to get rid of my crust with Toxic. But I killed the Latios. It doesn't matter. So I'm like, you ain't a boss, Latios. Hit the bench, Latios. Because you ain't messing with me. So Toxic does so much. And I was just like, I knew I could have took a Draco Meteor, but I didn't switch. So I should have just went for the rest. But he goes out. She goes out to her Infernape and does the Stone Edge, which I thought was, well, what happened if Stone Edge would have missed? It would have been a good game. But it doesn't matter. So my Cresselia went down like a boss. So I send out my Feraligatr expecting to switch again. So I do. She goes out to her Rotom Wash. And I go for the Crunch because I was expecting a Psychic type. I don't know. But she goes to Thunder. And I'm just like, that's fine. Feraligatr can leave, I guess, because like he's pretty much useless now since he's paralyzed. So he goes down. So he's like, see you later, Rotom. See you later, Feraligatr. And then I just go out to my Ferrothorn because this is one annoying son of a bitch. So she goes for the Thunder. It's not very effective. Does like 1/4, I would say. But she get the Power Hacks. And I'm like, okay. And then it works the same turn. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. So she switches out her Master Wash, her Rotom Wash, and goes out to her Johnny Testicles. And I go for the Power Whip. Because I didn't really mind. I thought Rotom Wash was going to stay in. You never know. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Infernape's out here, sure. So I do Protect, scout out what she was predicting. So she goes for the close combat. She goes for the safe move. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I think this Infernape is scarfed in some kind of way. I mean, choiced in some kind of way. I don't know, it's me personally. That's what I think. So I go to my Carfagrius, my Touch Me. And she goes for the close combat, and it doesn't affect me at all. So she switches out her Johnny Test, which is her Infernape, and she goes back out to her Master Washer, which is her Rotom Wash. So I go for the Shadow Ball, you know, just to get some damage in. And it does quite a few, but I get the special defense fall. So I was like, okay, that's fine, that's fine. She goes for the Hydro Pump, but she misses. And I go for another Shadow Ball because I just want to KO this thing before anything else. You know? Because Rotom Wash is like sometimes annoying. So she goes back out to her Johnny Test. He can't really do anything to me. I'm a defensive poke, you know? So she's Life Orbed, I noticed. But I should have noticed that earlier, but I'm such a moron sometimes. Whew. So I go for the Shadow Ball. She does barely anything. She goes for the Stone Edge again. And it's fine because I survived with 15, but it's a crit, which really did matter, and she died from Life Orb. And I believe that is good game. Good game! I don't know if I'm going to have this person's link in the description, but it doesn't matter. Good game, fun battles, you already know. Pokemon up, you already know. Sorry for the music in the background. Yep. Have fun, guys.